thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. I want to start and finish with thinking about professional development as part of the answer to that. Because we've got such good international evidence, both that well-structured professional development for teachers makes a difference, not only for helping average teachers become good and good teachers become excellent, but also for their outcomes for pupils and students. And this seems to me absolutely crucial, because the new freedoms flowing from the new government reforms are going to mean that teachers are going to have to make far more decisions about a much wider range of things than has been their lot over the last 10 years or longer. And of course they're also going to have to accept much more of the responsibility for the decisions that they make. And in particular, one of the things that's going to be incredibly important now is thinking hard about whether the things they try in driving performance forward and driving progress, it's not just whether things are going to be effective, but whether they're efficient as well. We're just not going to have the resource to try out what Joe down the corridor's doing because we fancy it. We've got to know it's likely not just to make a difference, but be cost effective in doing so. And what I want to argue is that to do that, teachers need to be able to access the evidence base about what's likely to work well in different contexts, and so use that to make informed professional judgments. Knowledge in that sense is power. If you think about health for a minute, NICE uses evidence to both prescribe, that is, say what people shouldn't do, and prescribe. I don't know how you do that, but O and the E. Anyway, it does it, but NICE both tells people not to do things and to do things. What's much less well known is that sitting alongside NICE is an evidence service called Bandolier, whose purpose is to give health practitioners the ammunition they need to insist on making the professional judgment they want to make to meet the needs of the particular patient in front of them. So that's a very graphic sense in which knowledge is power. Got to remember too, though, we've known for a long time about the spread of infection, and we've still got lots of health professionals not yet washing their hands. And what health doesn't have much evidence about is what is involved in helping health professionals learn and helping them to use evidence. And the good news is we've got a lot of evidence about that in education, about what's involved in helping teachers make good, informed professional judgments about evidence in the real world. What in particular the international evidence base helps us understand is what are the particular steps involved in developing professional knowledge and understanding that at the same time builds teachers' confidence in making judgments and grasping the new freedoms in front of them. And that evolves around three central strands. First of all, it means teachers feeling it's an important professional thing to draw on other people's evidence, so they don't have to do it all themselves. They have to be expert. That drawing on specialist expertise in subjects, in a whole range of things, really matters. And having a sense that there is some good stuff to know. There is an awful lot of good evidence about what works. It's just locked away in very academic journals, and we need to get it in their hands. It also means working towards very clear outcomes for students and pupils, not on their own. Very, very rarely evidence of this stuff working when teachers work on their own. They have to be working with their colleagues. When teachers work with their colleagues, they don't want to let each other down, and they don't want to let their students down if they're focused on outcomes for pupils. But they also have to be working with specialists. We don't have evidence of this stuff working if there isn't specialist knowledge in the mix. Really important. And the third thing it centres around is practising and evaluating and refining that on an ongoing basis. That's not development done to teachers, but improvement grasped by them. And the good news is, and this is not often the case, something that really works is also very popular with teachers. Teachers like it. An international study by Talis has shown that right around the world, teachers, universities in every country see this kind of CPD as being the most effective for them and their students. And it's got the added benefit of putting the teachers in the position of practicing what they preach. And we know young people always pay a lot more attention to what we do than what we say. So if teachers are learning that way, and school leaders are doing the same thing, what we're about is re-intellectualising both the profession and the work of learning in our schools. So to sum up, we know resources are going to be squeezed, and we know that with that comes a risk of cheap but poor value for money forms of continuing professional development. We know a lot of school leaders still see it as a luxury, and we know we've got a culture of low expectations that we've got to battle here. But a vision for the profession that's got professional development of that kind at heart creates really important opportunities for building professional capacity to take hold of the new freedoms, to do so responsibly in a way where they account to each other and to their students, We've got another set of opportunities that are going to be really important in taking forward the curriculum freedoms. Designing curriculum experiences is a resource-hungry business. It's extra work. This kind of CPD motivates teachers to do it. And all of these things in combination seem to me to be a really important part of realising the new government's goals. Thank you.
Philippa, thank you.